What's up, YouTube? I hope each and every one of you guys are healthy and killing it today. Today it is very chilly. You can see it's cloudy, it's windy, but that is not going to stop us from reviewing the 2023 Subaru Ascent Onyx Edition Limited. I know that name is a mouthful, but huge thank you to Tyler Wright over at Stohlman Subaru of Sterling, Virginia for allowing me to do this video for you guys today. If you guys are interested in this particular Ascent or any Subaru product, I'll be sure to have Tyler's information on screen as well as in the description box down below. But with that said, let's get into the video. The time has come where I beg you guys to hit that subscribe button. So if you guys would, please give this video a big thumbs up as well as hit that subscribe button. I'm gunning for 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2022, and I cannot do that without your guys' help. So if you guys would help me get to my goal of 10,000 subscribers, I greatly appreciate it. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button. It only takes 1 second to do. So I greatly appreciate it if you guys would do that. But with that out of the way, let's move into the exterior and performance part of this video. And like I said, this is a 2023 Subaru Ascent Onyx Edition Limited, and this particular one has been painted in cosmic blue pearl. So for 2023, the Ascent did get a redesign, so you do get revised styling with a new front grille as well as a new front bumper and an updated headlight and taillight design. But let's start over here at our headlights, then we'll work our way down and around the side to the rear end of the Ascent. So you do get LED steering responsive headlights with high beam assist and LED daytime running lights. And towards the bottom of your front bumper is where you'll find your LED fog lights. Taking a step to the left, this is what makes the Onyx Edition the Onyx Edition. You get a black grille as well as some black trim, which we'll get to in a second. But like I said, you get this black grille with the Subaru emblem at the center of it. Just below your Subaru emblem, you have your forward-facing camera. Your forward-facing camera goes along with your 360-degree view camera that you can now get with the 2023 Ascent. And don't quote me on this, but I believe this is the first 360-degree view camera system that you can get on any Subaru product. You also do get some black trim on your two lower outer grills, which you get right here as well as right over there as well. And then while we are down here, we might as well talk about ground clearance. So you do get 8.7 inches of ground clearance with the Ascent. You also get some satin black cladding at the bottom of your front bumper, which leads into your wheel wells. You can see you get some extended cladding around your wheel wells and then some cladding at the bottom of all your passenger doors. But right here you have your 20-inch black alloy wheels. However, taking a look at these wheels up close, they look more like a dark gray metallic painted wheel rather than a black. However, on the window sticker it said that these were black, and it's kind of similar to the Outback reviews that I've done in the past where they say it's black, however it ends up being like a dark gray metallic paint. Just something that I thought I'd point out so you guys are aware of it. But you do get crystal black mirror caps with integrated turn signals. The mirrors are heated. You have your blind spot monitoring on the inside of the mirror, so you get your blind spot monitoring in here. This part of the mirror is heated, and then you have a side view camera that goes along with your 360-degree view camera, and obviously you have a side view camera on the passenger side of the vehicle as well. Up top you have black roof rails with a 700-pound static load capacity, black window trim, which like I said goes along with the Onyx Edition Limited. You also get body color door handles and then black cladding at the bottom of your passenger doors. Again, you get some extended cladding around your wheel wells, which lead nicely into your satin black rear bumper. But we'll start at the top and work our way to the bottom, because you do get a black shark fin antenna as well as a crystal black roof spoiler. So this actually is crystal black to match your mirror caps. You also get a third brake light rear wiper right here, and then you can see the updated taillight design for 2023. You get a black trim piece that intersects those taillights and goes through your Subaru emblem. Just below your Subaru emblem is where you'll find your rear view camera. And like I said, this is the Onyx Edition, so you do get black badging. So your Subaru lettering is in black, your Ascent lettering is in black, your Onyx Edition badge is also in black. And then taking a look at your bumper, you have a satin black rear bumper with rear view sensors, reflectors, and your dual exhaust. So you can see, boom, dual exhaust, boom, over here as well. But let's open up our power lift gate. So let's see what's going on back here. All you got to do is put your hand under there, and the power liftgate will open up to reveal a good amount of storage space. So this is storage space that you would find in like a Tahoe or a Yukon with the third row seats up. Very, very comparable amount of space. You got a light over here, you got a 12-volt power outlet, you got a thing for a cargo net, another thing for a cargo net, Harman Kardon sound system, and then under here you have this divider thing, and then I think your jack and stuff is in here. You got your tow hook in there, and then you can I think your owner's manual might be in there as well. But yeah, that's about what it looks like back here. One thing that's cool is that you can lock the vehicle by pressing on that button, and then you can also by pressing on that button it will close the power lift gate. If you guys were wondering about tow capacity, the max tow capacity of this particular Subaru Ascent Onyx Edition Limited is 5,000 pounds. I'm curious to hear what you guys think of the 2023 redesign on the Subaru Ascent. Do you guys like it? Do you guys not like it? Do you guys prefer the older version of it? I personally obviously like the newer version. I think it looks better, it looks more updated, and I really also do like this color. It looks absolutely sweet. It kind of reminds me of antimatter blue a little bit because it looks super dark with the clouds out. However, in the direct sunlight it kind of pops a little bit, so it's a pretty sweet color, and it looks fantastic on the Onyx Edition Limited. But with that said, let's move into performance. Popping open that hood reveals that 2.4 liter turbo boxer 4-cylinder that makes 260 horsepower and 277 pound-feet of torque. It is mated to a high torque lineartronic continuously variable transmission with an 8-speed manual shift mode for a 0 to 60 time in 6.9 seconds. If you guys were wondering about fuel economy, you can achieve 19 miles per gallon in the city, 25 miles per gallon on the highway for 21 miles per gallon combined with all-wheel drive, which, considering the size of this vehicle, I think those are very impressive fuel economy numbers. But if you guys are enjoying the video so far today, please give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm really gunning for 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2022, and I cannot do that without your guys' help. So if you guys would, please give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. But let's move into the interior. And now onto the part of the video that I've been waiting to do this entire time because it's so cold, and that is the interior. So moving into the interior, all you got to do is have your key fob in your pocket, walk up to the vehicle, put your hand behind the door handle, and the vehicle will unlock. You can tell that the vehicle unlocks because the vehicle does 2 beeps. If you guys want to lock it, all you got to do is run your finger across these 2 hash marks. Boom. You can tell the vehicle locks because it only does 1 beep. But let's move into the interior and see what's going on in here. And boom, you guys can see that bright green stitching. That is what comes with the Onyx Edition Limited. But let's talk about the door panel, because you do get some faux leather up top here. This is your StarTex interior. You get that lime green stitching, aluminum door handle, 2 memory seat adjustment settings, automatic up and down windows in the front. You do not get automatic up or down windows in the rear. Pressing on this button will lock your passenger window privileges, unlock and lock button, and then you get some miscellaneous storage towards the bottom of the door panel, and then boom, you get your Harman Kardon speaker surround right there. You get a power driver seat and a manual front passenger seat. But let's step into the interior. You guys can see your Onyx Edition specific floor mats. I think they look pretty sweet. But let's close that door because it is actually really chilly outside, and it's not really that cold. It's more the wind that really makes it unbearable. But you get a great spot right here that you can set your phone, which is pretty sweet. This is your power liftgate button. Pressing this button right here will turn on all the interior lights. So boom, press that, all the interior lights turn on. I'm gonna press the button again right now, and you can see they start dimming. Boom, that's pretty sweet. And then right here you have this knob, or actually more of a like dial, that will brighten and or dim your backlit gauges as well as your backlit buttons. This is your turn signal stock. We might as well start up the vehicle. Like I said, you get keyless access, so you do get push button start. Push your foot down on the brake, have the key fob in the interior, and push to start. That will fire up the vehicle. And then right here you have a trip reset button, so you can see this is your odometer where it says 28 miles, and then just above it, it says 28.3 miles. That means that is your trip A. So if you want to come over here and reset that, all you got to do is press and hold on that, and then boom, you can see it resets to 0.0 miles. But let's talk about our turn signal stock. So let's take a listen to that turn signal. That is what your turn signal sounds like. This is also your headlight control stock. So right now headlights are in automatic. Flip that up once, that is daytime running lights on. Flip that up all the way and that is headlights always on. If I flip that all the way down, that is headlights off. So your headlights will not turn on or off automatically. I like to leave it in automatic personally. And then right over here, this is your LED fog lights. So right now they're off. If I switch that, they're still off because you have to have your headlights on in order to turn your LED fog lights on. So right now, boom, now you can see my LED fog lights are on right there. However, I'm going to turn my headlights on automatic, and then boom, you can see the LED fog lights turned off automatically, even though right here it says that they're still on. Let's take a listen, or take a look, excuse me, at our steering wheel. So you can see you get a leather wrap steering wheel with some green accent colored stitching on the inside of the steering wheel. You get your downshift paddle over here, you get your upshift paddle over here. So yes, this is a continuously variable transmission. However, it does have the 8-speed manual shift mode, which gives you 8 simulated gears, which is pretty cool. I'll show you guys that on the driving portion of the review. This is to go back on a track, this is to go forward on a track, this is to source between your AM, FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth audio, auxiliary jack, USB, whatever. This will switch in between your different sources. Right over here, these arrow up and arrow down will control your productivity screen right here. This is to pick up on a phone call, this is to hang up on a phone call and or mute the radio. This is to speak to the vehicle, this is to go lower on the volume, this is to raise the volume. We're gonna have the volume all the way down at the moment. Let's take a listen to our horn. That is what our horn sounds like. You get your adaptive cruise control settings over here. Just behind that, you have your upshift paddle, and then down here you have your heated steering wheel on or off. You can see that amber light right there lets us know that the heated steering wheel is on. Flip that again, heated steering wheel turns off. And then let's talk about our gauge cluster here. So on the left-hand side of your gauge cluster, you have your analog RPM gauge. On the right-hand side, you have your analog speedometer. That is your fuel gauge. And then right over here, you have your coolant temperature gauge. One thing I'm just gonna tell you guys, because why not? You see your gas filler thing right here, or your gas pump. You can see it points to the right side. That means you fill the vehicle up on the passenger side. So just something that I thought I might point out for those of you guys who did not know that. Up top here, that is the time, that is the ambient exterior temperature. That is 0 miles an hour, so that's our digital speedometer readout. P means we're in park, and right there you can see it's got the eye. That means driver focus is on, so it is reading your eyes. So it's actually kind of interesting. I was driving in here, and I guess I was looking over here, and then it started giving me noises, and it said, put your eyes on the road. So it was kind of cool to see that in action. And then down here you have your odometer. But let's go throughout this screen. Why not? Because right now it says auxiliary disconnected, unnamed road, compass, that's our TPMS stuff, trip stuff, more trip stuff, as well as our fuel range. Go up one more, fuel range, and then it goes back into our time and stuff. And then up top here you can see where it says MPG towards the negative, MPG towards the positive. Right now we're on the negative side of the MPG. However, when you're getting better fuel economy, see how it's like white right there? It'll be green on this side, or I'm not sure what color it would be, but it would be on that side. So just something I thought I would point out. Windshield wiper stock, pull back to wash the front windshield, and then go like this to wash the rear windshield. You can see the windshield being washed, or it's not the windshield but the rear glass. But yeah, that's about it for that. Push button start. You do have a manually tilting and telescoping steering wheel, and that's your driver eyesight stuff, so that will read your eyes, which is kind of cool. This is your hazard button. Boom, hazards are on. Volume knob, as well as if I press and hold on that, that will turn the screen off. I don't want to do that right now, so if I press and hold that again, it will turn it back on. Front defroster, this is my driver temperature settings. Passenger temperature settings, that is your rear defroster. Tuning knob, and that lets you know if your passenger airbag is on or off. This is your ambient exterior temperature. This is the current time. This is a Wi-Fi hotspot capable vehicle for a subscription. This is your acceleration stuff, fuel economy stuff, and I think this is, I guess, the angle of which the vehicle is on. So right now we're totally flat on a 0-degree angle. This is your map stuff, radio stuff, media stuff, phone stuff, app stuff, My Subaru, Cabin Connect, which is kind of interesting. So if I press on this, now when I'm speaking, it is projecting the sound to the rear passengers so that they can hear me better. It's kind of like a PA system. So you can hear somewhat of a echo. So I'm going to turn it off right now. I just turned it off, and now it's just, you know, normal talking in the vehicle. I'm going to turn it back on right now so you can hear a little bit of that echo again. So that's pretty cool, and it makes it easier for your third row passengers to hear you. So if your kids are annoying you, press on that button. Hey, be quiet there, Johnny, so they can hear you just a little bit better. So pretty cool. Then you got your setting stuff, you get your car info stuff, display off, valet mode, auto vehicle hold, vehicle dynamics control, you get your shortcut stuff. This is your home button, brings you back to your home screen. Vehicle brings you into your vehicle stuff. So right now traction control is on. You can go into your X modes, so you can either be in snow/dirt or deep snow/mud. And you get your this stuff, auto vehicle hold, which will hold you in place, which is really cool. Steering responsive headlights. You can turn your driver assistance stuff on or off, blah, blah, blah. This is your other settings. You go into here, you can see your connected devices, and then this is your driver profile screen. Right now we don't have any, but up top here, you can go into this, unnamed road, you can go into that, go into weather, or you can go into your X mode. Right now, X mode is in normal. Down here, you got a great spot. You can set your phone. Down here, you also have a 12-volt power outlet. This is your view, camera view button. So right now that's your 360-degree view camera, which is pretty cool. It's kind of adjusting as we speak, so I think that's pretty cool. Anyway, that's what that does. This is your auxiliary jack, USB-C port, USB-A port. You got 2 cup holders down in here. This is your electronic emergency brake, so pull up on that. That will engage the emergency brake. You can see it's engaged because it's got a red light. If I press and hold my foot on the brake and push down, that will disengage the emergency brake. Obviously, you have your gear shift selector, reverse, neutral, drive. If I push this over to the left, now I control the transmission with the paddles behind the steering wheel. We'll throw her back into park. One thing I thought was pretty cool that I pointed out on the Outback video is that when I press my foot down on the brake, you can see it lights up here. I'm going to let go of the brake and it disengages the lights on the screen. Press the brake down again. And so I think that's pretty cool. Obviously, it's somewhat of a gimmick, but I think it's pretty cool. Over here, passenger has a great spot that they can set a phone or some miscellaneous items. You get a locking glove box, which I'm not sure if it'll open, but you can see a good amount of storage space down in there. You can fit your owner's manual, some napkins, straws, glove, whatever you want to put down in there, it will fit. Auto dimming rear view mirror with a compass and home link. Home link is your universal garage door opener. If I open this up, just like you see on Honda Odysseys, you have like this mirror looking thing, which is pretty cool. And then also if I click it again, you have a great spot. You can set your sunglasses in there. And then SOS/ this thing is basically like your Subaru's version of OnStar. So if you're familiar with OnStar in a GM product, that's basically what this is. That's Starlink. And then boom, clicking over to there. Now when I open up the interior doors, the lights will not turn on. However, if I go over to here, boom, the lights will turn on now when I have the door open. And then you have a pano moonroof with a panoramic shade that is power, and that comes standard with the Onyx Edition Limited. So if I press that, that will bring the shade all the way forward. And then obviously this sunroof will tilt and slide. Pretty cool. Driver light, passenger light, click, click. And then right here, you have a great spot that you can set business cards, parking tickets. So if you pull into a parking garage, they give you that little redeemer ticket. You can set it up here, and then once you leave the parking garage, you can grab it, give it to the kiosk person so you don't lose it or forget about it. And then right here, vanity mirror, 2 vanity lights. Same thing on this side, you get that little clip. Vanity mirror with 2 vanity lights. You guys get the idea. But one thing that I like about Subarus is that this thing will slide. So you can see, boom, it slides forward, it slides backwards, goes back into its original position. I really like that. You get an OPU handle over there. You get an OPU handle for the driver, OPU handle for the second row passengers as well. This is the StarTex interior. So it is a water repellent interior. So it's pretty nice in my opinion. So if you spill water on it, it's basically like water resistant. But let's talk about a couple things. This does for 2023, this is all new, is the 11.6-inch Starlink navigation system that is standard on the Onyx Edition Limited, but this screen is new for 2023, as is the 360-degree view camera is also new for 2023, and wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto are also new in the Ascent for 2023. A couple features that I wanted to read that this has is it has EyeSight driver assistance system with automatic emergency steering, as well as driver focus, which is a distraction mitigation system. Like I said, I had my eyes pointing this way, and I guess it was reading my eyes, and it said, hey, you gotta focus on the street, and it gave me a noise, and it alerted me right here that says eyes on road. So that's what the driver focus does. This also has the panoramic roof with power shade that comes standard with the Onyx Edition Limited. One thing that's specific to the Onyx is the second row captain's chairs. So you can see second row captain's chairs. You get the armrest. We'll get to that in a second, but that comes specific to the Onyx. This also has the 14-speaker Harman Kardon sound system with amplifier, which is standard on the Onyx Edition Limited. Cabin Connect. That was a pretty cool feature. I showed you guys that. This also has a heated steering wheel, heated front and second row outboard seats. This also has adaptive cruise control with lane centering, and for 2023 it's been improved with Subaru EyeSight. So the Subaru EyeSight now has a wider field of view for 2023. And then, like I said, these are your adaptive cruise control settings. I'm doing a new segment in my videos that's called Kenny's Key Features, where I read some of the features that I think are pretty cool. And those features right now include a 360-degree view camera, the second row captain's chairs, the Harman Kardon sound system, the driver focus, which is the distraction mitigation system, and the adaptive cruise control. I think those are all pretty sweet, and I like how they all come standard. There's not one option on this vehicle. Everything that you see in here is standard to the Ascent Onyx Edition Limited. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. I'll show you guys the window sticker, and I'll throw the window sticker on screen right now. And we'll go over, actually I'm not going to throw the entire window sticker on screen. I'll throw up the safety stuff on screen right now. We'll go over some safety stuff. So this has symmetrical all-wheel drive and vehicle dynamics control. It also has EyeSight driver assist system with automatic emergency steering. It has the driver focus, reverse automatic braking system, Subaru advanced frontal airbag system, driver's knee airbag, and front seat side airbags, side curtain airbags with rollover sensor, a whiplash protection front seats with trailer stability assist, brake override system and safety pedal system, blind spot detection with rear cross traffic alert, anti-theft alarm and immobilizer system, surround view monitor system and cabin connect, and a rear vision camera and a rear seat reminder. I'm going to throw the comfort, convenience, and interior stuff on screen. You guys can read through that right now, but I'm only going to read like 3 things that it has, which is the advanced adaptive cruise control with lane centering, as well as the 360-degree view camera, and the StarTex trimmed water repellent upholstery, which is pretty sweet. But yeah, I guess one more thing that I'll read is that the rear doors do have retractable sunshades, and they are up at the moment on both sides. So you can see, you could put that down if you wanted to, but right now they are both up. And you guys can pause your screen, read over the comfort, convenience, and interior features, but I'm going to throw the rest of the window sticker on screen right now, and we'll talk about the MSRP. So the MSRP of this particular Subaru Ascent Onyx Edition Limited is $47,520. I'm curious to hear what you guys think of that price in the comment section down below. I think that's a great price, and I think that is pretty competitive price-wise with the other vehicles in this segment. So curious to hear what you guys think. I guess one thing I didn't do while we are up here is that I didn't open this thing up. So great amount of storage space down in here. I mean, pretty much half of my forearm fits down in there. You got a spot you can set business cards or some different coins and stuff, but down in there, not much going on, just a little bit of storage space. But before we move into those second row seats, I guess one more thing I wanted to show you guys are the heated seats. So you get 3 levels of adjustability for your front seats, and then if you guys want your climate stuff, all you got to do is press on that, and then that will bring the climate screen all the way throughout the entire screen. But yeah, that's about it for what's going on up here. Let's move into those second and third row seats. So I guess it's locked. We'll have to unlock it. And let's see what's going on back here. So this door is massive. You guys can see you got a cup holder right there. That is your window control thing. Aluminum door handle, tons of armrest space, green stitching, great spot. You can set a phone, miscellaneous storage down there. But let's step into the interior and close that door. You can also, like I said, bring this down, and now your sunshade is down. HVAC vent, you got your dome light, you got an O-Poop handle, you got a spot you can set your dry cleaning. Same thing on that side as well. seat back pocket behind the driver's seat, seat back pocket behind the passenger seat. Right over here, let's take a look at what's going on here. You got a USB-C port, a USB-A port. Like I said, the second row outboard seats are heated with 2 levels of adjustability. This is a tri-zone climate control vehicle. So here are your climate controls for the second and third row seats. Then you have 2 cup holders down here. One thing I like about these second row seats is that you also do get a center fold down armrest, which is very nice. And you can adjust it how you want it. So right now I'm pushing down on this and it's staying in position. I can bring it up, staying in position, or I can bring it back down. So this is lowest, that's about there. That's there, that's there. So I like how it stays in place. And back here, you got a speaker, you got some cup holders and stuff like that. Not the biggest amount of legroom for a full-size adult, but if you have kids, they fit back here no problem. And then they got HVAC vents back there as well. But one thing I wanted to show you guys that has to do with these seats is that these headrests will fold forward. You got a few different options for it. So you can go like that, go like that, go like that, go like that. And I believe that's the most extreme position is right there. Press that and it goes back to normal. And then this headrest does it as well. But yeah, that's about it for the interior on this Subaru Ascent. So we've talked about the exterior, we've talked about the performance, now we've talked about what's going on here in the interior. So I want to see what this thing's like to drive, as I'm assuming you guys do as well. So I will see you guys in the driver's seat. All right, guys, and now on to the driving portion of the review, where we start here every time. We go 5 miles an hour over these speed bumps, and then we rate them on a scale of 1 to 10. So first one, it did pretty well. Let's see what it does on the second one. Just keep in mind, nothing is ever a 10. 9 is pretty dang near perfect, but we'll do 5 miles an hour. That was about 6, that's about 5. And I give this thing about a 7.6 on a scale of 1 to 10, which is a very, very good score. Very compliant suspension, not too firm, not too loose. Let's see how it handles. I mean, obviously not the best handler, but I think it handles pretty good for being a 3-row SUV. Obviously it's not as good as like a Chevy Tahoe with like the Magna Ride suspension, or the just their premium smooth ride suspension, but still pretty good suspension. I would say that this thing is very comparable to like the Volvo XC90's suspension when it comes to the body, or the body roll and stuff like that. You can see the driver monitoring system is not on. I believe that's probably because I have a camera basically right over my eyes, so it is basically not functional at the moment. But this thing rides super well. I read online that it was pretty loud on the interior, but I really don't think that it is. I mean, take a listen. It's pretty quiet. We're going about 46 miles an hour at the moment. It's also very windy outside. We got some pretty heavy wind gusts, and that was the reason that it was cold outside. It's not really so much the temperature. Well, I mean, it says it's 43 degrees, so that's pretty chilly, but it's really not that cold. But for some reason it feels like it's really cold out, and I believe that's because of the wind. So the wind kind of made me go through the exterior part a little bit quicker because it was chilly. But anyway, being here on the interior feels a lot better now that we're nice and warm. And I got my heated seat on. I got my heated seat on just the 1 level right now. It's got 3 levels. And on the 3rd level, man, this thing really cranks out the heat, which is really nice, honestly, because in certain vehicles you get in them, you turn your heated seats on, and then they turn off by themselves. It doesn't make any sense. But in this one, it has not done that. I was drove to that spot that I film at from the dealership, and the heated seats did not turn on. And on some vehicles, like my daily driver, and for example, it's a Ridgeline, it turns the heated seats off by itself. It doesn't make sense. And then like 20 minutes later it'll turn them back on. I'm like, why does it do this? I didn't tell it to turn itself off. I guess maybe it's, doing the fire suppression something, I don't know. But I like how on this it just maintains a steady temperature, and it doesn't just fade off and then come back and then fade off. It keeps the heated seats on, which I really appreciate. But considering that this thing has no options, there's not even one option on this particular vehicle, and you pretty much get a fully loaded vehicle, considering that this thing doesn't have one option. So I mean, I guess one option that I would like to have maybe is the auto dimming exterior mirrors. This one does not have that, and that's, I mean, it's a nice feature to have. You obviously don't need to have it, but it's always nice to have that. One thing I guess I was going to show you guys is I'm going to throw it in a manual mode, and I'll show you guys that it's got the selectable gears. So right now we're in 3rd gear, upshift, 4th gear, upshift, 5th gear. So it's got 8 simulated gears. So yes, it's a CVT, but it's got the 8 simulated gears. We'll throw it back into drive. So I think that's pretty cool. You know, it kind of gives it, you know, more sporty driving experience with the 8 gears. So if you guys did want to upshift or downshift on your own, you have the option to do so, which is pretty cool. One thing that I honestly like, and I'm not usually a fan of this kind of stuff, but is the green stitching. I think it really works on this spec in particular, with the blue and the black and the green. I think they all come together to look pretty good, in my opinion. But it's pretty cool to see the green accent colored stitching on the dash, on your doors, on your seats, and obviously on your steering wheel as well. So I don't know, I think it's pretty cool. Obviously I know some of you guys are not gonna like it, but that's for anything, you know. Some people are gonna like this, some people aren't gonna like it. It is what it is. But if we're talking about fuel economy, I think that this thing, for a 3-row SUV that can tow 5,000 pounds, I think it gets very respectable fuel economy. 19 miles per gallon in the city, 25 miles per gallon on the highway. I think that's pretty dang good, considering you can fit your whole family in this SUV and still get 19 miles per gallon in the city, and like I said, 25 miles per gallon on the highway. And I'm kind of surprised with Subaru products as a whole. They all seem to do pretty dang good on fuel economy. I just did a video with the Outback. It was an Outback Premium, and it did not have this same engine. It had the naturally aspirated 2.5 liter Boxer 4, and I mean, the fuel economy numbers on that thing like really took me by surprise. I believe it was like 26 miles per gallon in the city, which was insane. But back to this, 19 miles per gallon in the city, 25 on the highway, I think is very respectable, like I said, for a 3-row SUV that you can haul your whole family in. I like how it's got the adaptive cruise control. I like how it's got a lot of safety features like this driver distraction mitigation. I think that's a really cool feature. And one thing that's actually really cool, and I don't know if it does it on this, but it did it on the Outback Touring XT that I did a video with, is I was sitting at a light, right? And the car in front of me he went, and I stayed in position because I wanted to, I don't remember what I was doing, but I stayed in position and the car went, and then that mitigation system or whatever, the Subaru EyeSight, was like, hey man, you gotta go. The car in front of you has moved. So I thought that was pretty cool. I haven't experienced that in any other vehicle besides a Subaru. And I don't know, I just thought that that was a really cool feature, a useful feature, because let's say, you know, you're sitting on your phone or something in traffic and you're not paying attention, you're at a red light, and the car in front of you gets going, but you stay in position because you're not paying full attention. This thing will be like, hey dude, you got to move. The car in front of you has already gone. So I think that's pretty sweet. So a lot of really cool features that come standard on the Ascent Onyx Edition Limited. Yeah, I mean, adaptive cruise control. You get this Starlink navigation system with wireless Apple CarPlay, wireless Android Auto. New for 2023, you get a 360-degree view camera, which actually has really good camera quality in my opinion. And it also has really cool guidance lines, really good frontal view camera, really good rear view camera. This thing rides super smooth. The seating is very comfortable. I love the heated seats. So just a really nice vehicle overall. I like the heated steering wheel. I like where the heated steering wheel on or off switch is right here. It's just very easy. Boom on, boom off. I'm gonna keep it on at the moment, but yeah, very nice ride, very nice interior. Just an overall really good package considering the price tag. But we're gonna skip to the 0 to 60 test now. All right, coming up to our 0 to 60 spot, all we gotta do is line up on our line and we'll hammer it in 3, 2, 1, floored. Yeah, that was pretty cool, man. When I let off the accelerator, it went psh. I really like the 2.4 liter Boxer turbo 4-cylinder. I think it's really sweet. I think it's got plenty of power. And if you guys are like looking at a Subaru Outback for whatever reason, definitely get the 2.4 liter turbo because it's way better than the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated engine. The 2.5 liter is definitely great, but something about this engine, it's just fun to drive. It's got plenty of power. Like, I was merging into a lane back there, and all I gotta do is just put my foot a little bit in the accelerator, and boom, it brought me right into traffic. I mean, it's just really, really great amount of power for a daily driver. And yes, you can get away with the naturally aspirated 2.5 liter on the Outback, but I don't know if you can get the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated engine on the Ascent. But man, this 2.5, or oh, you see the Urus? Lamborghini Urus right there. I love that orange. That thing's fast as heck. Those things look sweet. Anyway, the 2.4 liter turbo 4-cylinder has such a great amount of power for a daily driver. It's got more than enough power than you really need, but when you need that power, it's there and it's on tap, and it's very accessible in the lower RPMs. So I really do like this motor. I don't care if it's in a WRX, I don't care if it's in an Outback, I don't care if it's in this. It's just such a fantastic motor. It's got such great low end power. It's got such great power all around, or all through the RPM band. Just big fan of this engine. And yeah, that's where I'm gonna have to end out today's video. Such a great power plant. Yes, it's got a CVT, but the CVT works very well with this engine. This is the high torque Lineartronic CVT, and it just works very, very well with the power plant. So if you guys were worried about getting a CVT, do not worry. This CVT is actually very, very good, and it works very well, like I said, with this power plant. But that's it for today's video, guys. If you guys enjoyed the video, please give this video a big thumbs up. Please hit that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm really gunning for 10,000 subscribers by the end of 2022, and I cannot do that without your guys' help. So if you guys would, please help me get to my goal. Give this video a big thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.